Hey everybody, it's been a while. Good to see you. Good to be back in front of the camera. I think had a little bit of a hiatus, so super excited to be here with you, Maighan Brown. I think she's this way in the screen. One of the newest representatives of PIVXsports ambassador down from Australia. So Maighan, awesome to chat and say hello.
Hi.
So it's you're currently in Australia. Whereabouts?
I'm based in the Gold Coast, so capital Brisbane,
Yeah.
Australia.
Beautiful,
Queen.
beautiful. Yeah, we had a fun time coordinating this one because it's currently I'm outside of Philadelphia, so I'm over in America. It's 7 here. I think what is it, 9-ish there?
Nine o'clock. Oh yeah, nearing 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So we got all time zones covered in PIVX. So so I guess let's jump in. You're doing you're one of the newest, as I said, PIVXsports ambassador, and you're a triathlete. How did you get started into that? How'd you jump in, run in, swim into that one? That's a really bad joke for 7 a.m. But yeah, what led you into that, and how'd you get started?
Well, actually, it's a funny story. I was always a track runner, so I've always grown up running. And finished school, graduated, started working full time, got bored with myself, and I was like, what am I doing? I need to do something to keep fit. My dad started up cycling. He's like, oh, come for a ride with me. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I jumped on his mountain bike, which was probably like 3 sizes too big for me. And off we went. And I thought, oh, no, I quite enjoy this. It was only a couple of nights after that this group called Babes was featured on our local news, and Dad said, hey, why don't you give that a go? I'm like, actually, you know what? Well, I might as well. I've got nothing to we might need, I'm like, I need to get a bike. I'm like, I can't ride your bike. I'm like, I can run. I thought that I could swim. I came from a surf life saving background, so I enjoyed the water, but I preferred the beach. And look, I started with the Babes group. It was an all-girls squad. I jumped straight in. I did my first triathlon probably 2 months later.
Wow.
In my runners. So instead of clip-ins on your bike, I jumped on the bike with my running shoes, and I completely winged it. It was the hardest race I've ever done in my whole entire life. I thought that I was going to go out there and blitz it. I came out of the swim thinking I was going to have a heart attack. Got on the bike, just went through the motions on the bike, and the run, which I thought would have been my strongest leg, I couldn't lift my legs. So it wasn't the ideal start to the triathlon career, to say the least. But I've got a very competitive nature.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Look, one thing led to the next.
And again, I actually have never done a triathlon. I was a runner as well, so I mean, it's always been there. I've always wanted to do an Ironman. That's still like a bucket list type thing, which is nuts. But anyway, so that being said, for people who don't realize, jumping into a triathlon two months after starting to train for it, I don't want to say it's not normal. It's there's nothing like trial by fire. And I think that's what the fact that you got through that one and said, I'm still going to stick with this and do this. And now, as we'll share, and as you'll share, where you are currently is a phenomenal story. So I think that's actually brilliant.
Yeah, look, I still laugh about it now. I look at the photos and I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I can still remember the sheer pain I was going through, and all my family and friends are there watching, and I'm like, I can't even look at you. I can't breathe. So that's how I sort of got into triathlons, and I thought, hey, I need to prove myself. I need to ramp up the training, and I need to firstly learn how to ride a bike. I need to start swimming again, and I need to learn how to run off a bike, because track running, and I'm sure you can relate, it is so different, like so different. But look, hey, I'm still here. So I obviously enjoyed it.
Yeah. Just a little bit. So,
Just a fraction.
so speaking of here, so currently, how long you've been running now for you've been competing now for a few years, right?
Yep. So this will be, I've been racing, nearly 4 years, 3.5, 4 years, coming on
Okay.
4 years.
Okay.
So,
And fairly successful, it's
look,
okay. You can share your accolades. It's okay.
look, I'm very happy with where I've come over the last couple of years. My goal, I never in a million years that I'd turn professional. It was, basing off my first ever triathlon, I just wanted to be able to put together like a race that I was happy with. And then obviously 2 years later, getting my professional license and obviously winning some successful races. Look, I'm very happy with where I've come. I've got a long way to go. But I can see, like, just seeing the improvement every single week, every single month, and every race that I do. It's well worth it.
Awesome. So let's switch. So triathlete, blockchain cryptocurrency, triathlete, blockchain cryptocurrency. So I'm sure, folks in general, but what was that entrance into blockchain? Hopefully it wasn't as painful as your first meet in the triathlon. And then,
No.
and then PIVX, of the many cryptocurrencies. Would love that backstory.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, my father is like the initiator of everything. Obviously got me into triathlons, and then got our whole family into obviously cryptocurrency and PIVX. So every time I came over for dinner and saw the parentals, that was the family chat. And PIVX, out of all coins, was my dad's favorite. So all I heard about was PIVX. And he would give us the words of advice. So you should put in here, you should put it in there. And I'm like, okay, Dad, okay, what am I actually doing? What is this? And believe it or not, like, Dad's raved about it from get-go. And I'm like, okay, I got nothing to lose. I might as well jump on board. Look, it was a hot topic in the family. And I've obviously been following PIVX ever since, and as is my whole family. That's how it all came about. And
and now you're a PIVXsports ambassador.
I know, whoever would have thought. My gosh.
It's so awesome. I know. Yeah, I can still remember. I forget. Did you reach out? I think it was one of these. So it was like it was like, hey, fan of PIVX, etc. And it was one of me. I was like, this is one of the things I love about crypto and about the blockchain sector, is it's all of a sudden you're making these connections around the world, that just another attachment point for like, hey, we can come together around this.
It was amazing. When you replied, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, he's replying.
He's a real person. Like Sam.
Like, he's got so many people following right now. How is he replying?
It's a secret. It's not that hard. There's not that many people. Like, trust me. Well, and that's the thing. Look, yeah. No, thank you. It's been a journey as well. I mean, you've gotten to see my journey with PIVX, at least on that side of things. So yeah, I mean, it's been quite a journey, and it's been awesome. I mean, it's funny, I'm not as visual with PIVX. Obviously, I haven't been doing as many videos. Family's growing, took a little bit of a sabbatical, and it's been fun working a little bit out of the limelight. I'll say it's been like, okay, I don't have to put the makeup on every week, and not that I was putting makeup on the week, but metaphorically, right? So it's been a lot of fun doing the business development stuff in the background. So yeah. Awesome. So anything for people that they can look forward to? You have events or meets coming up soon?
Yeah. So like, this is sort of our off season now at the moment. So it's all base training. So long Ks, long days, training morning, afternoon. So look, I can't wait to put it all to use, to say the least. So my next race will be in 6 weeks' time at Mooloolaba. I'm actually going for a longer distance. I'm going to do the 70.3.
So what does that mean for people? I know what that means, but what does that mean for,
sorry,
yeah.
yep.
No, it's good.
So just to paint the picture for anyone who doesn't understand triathlons, you've got your sprint distance. So you've got your 750 meter swim, your 20 kilometer ride, and your 5 kilometer run. And then your Olympic distance doubles. So just double that. So 1.5 kilometer swim, 40K ride, and a 10K run. And then the 70.3, which is the first ever 70.3, is your 3.9 kilometer swim, a 90 kilometer run, and ride, and a 21 kilometer run. So definitely gets the heart rate going. So I'm a little excited about that. I never in a million years thought I'd be doing a 70.3. If you had said that to me 3 years ago, I would have laughed at you.
Sure.
I'm pretty excited to see what I can do in that distance. I mean, I've always been short and sharp, so it'll be a little shock to the system, I'm sure. But that's my next race, and then it goes into the season. So I'll have what's after that? So I've got just a local race. So they do like a Queensland Triathlon series. So it's a 5-race series that's based around really the Gold Coast, and they're predominantly sprint and Olympic distances. I use them more as training runs.
Sure.
And then I've got a race in Sydney, Nepean, so which is really a world stage race. So that will be an Olympic distance. And then you've got the world's biggest ever triathlon, Noosa Triathlon, at the end of the year. So that's in October, end of October. So that's probably my biggest goal, to go into that prepared and ready to get a good result. So the races pre that are really my lead up. Yeah. And then I'd like to really put together a good race come end of October. Fingers crossed.
Awesome. Well, and that's so I think currently you've got a 3-month proposal in. So
yeah,
it'll be perfect leading into that. I think, as we can be brought along your journey, as you're training and sharing what you're doing. I'm sure more and more folks are going to love seeing what you're doing. And that's going to, I think, be a great dovetail into that. So, it's super exciting. I don't know if you saw Luke Fulbrook as well, the strongman. Like this is cool to
he's
start.
Insane.
He probably eats as much as I do in a week.
Oh my god, me too. I think I might go 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's and I loved seeing it because you get to see these stories of his training and leading into his competition. So looking forward, it's awesome. It was funny. I was in Discord chatting with some folks, and as soon as I love it, as soon as the proposal went through, it was like your Instagram profile changed. Which, if you're not following Maighan, go follow Maighan. And it was like there's PIVX hashtags everywhere, and like sponsored by PIVX like right away. It was like there was not a talk about jumping into your first triathlon in 2 months. It was like 10 seconds, and everything was switching. That's awesome.
I'm all in or all out.
It's awesome.
I was so excited, and like ever since then, like it just. The following, like obviously that's generated from the Pivians and the network that we've got going has been amazing. People reaching out over Facebook. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Yeah, and it's I'm looking forward to this ramping up and continuing. So awesome. Yeah, well, I don't want to hold you too much longer. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to share with folks. I mean, I'm looking forward to, maybe we can plan doing these sporadically through, just do catch-ups, check-ins. But I know you're super busy with training, so it's we'll schedule these when it works.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And no, I appreciate everything that you've done for me, and I can't wait for the journey ahead. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, Maighan. Thanks everybody for chiming in and watching, and as always, keep it purple.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you, Maighan.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah. Ciao.
Bye.